Path of Exile 2 versus Last Epoch. How did we get here? What did we do wrong? Why has God abandoned us? I think it's because of China.
What happened to grinding gear games?
Why?
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
GGG just set themselves up as Sauron.
No.
Not Sauron. You know, the twink-looking dude from Rings of Power? Not that guy. That's really dangerous and mostly gay.
No.
Wait, what the fuck is that?
I've been following this stupid drone story for weeks now.
Streamers are obviously
That sounds so random.
super annoyed by this.
F that, screw that, I can't believe it, I feel so sick.
I don't even know how to react. Am I excited or am I sad? I because I'm both.
We are literally trying to murder your launch that you've been working on for 9 months.
Oh man. Oh, that is rough.
And what drones? Let me go get the tinfoil.
Agree or disagree, it has nothing to do
What the hell is even going on?
with the games. They have set themselves up as the bad guy.
I was gonna make a video showing me fighting them.
Hey guys, this this is going to be more of a serious video for me.
Citizens are getting concerned. They're getting worried. Government just keeps repeating, we don't know whose drones these are. They're not the US military.
Damn it, Riker. Now's not the time. Really, it isn't.
What is going on?
Anyway, in this video, I'm going to recap the recent drama between EHG, the makers of Last Epoch, and Grinding Gear Games, the makers of PoE 2. But before we get started, I would like to dedicate this video to the man who has always been in Last Epoch's corner, even when the chips were down and the winds turned on the hype of Last Epoch. He was always there to support them. This one goes out to you, Aaron Action RPG. He was so very excited for the major patch that
What's even going on?
was about to be released. Nothing could ruin his mood. Until one day.
Record. Hey everyone. Everyone's asking
Oh, he looks cranky. Does he have sand in his vajayjay?
me my opinion, so I might as well just make this video. Obviously, everything happening with GGG and LE has been talk of the town, and us content creators love our drama.
Last Epoch has announced in February that their big, huge update, if you don't remember, class rework, crafting, a new faction, dungeon rework, new sets, and the set rework about salvaging set bonuses and putting on your items, new bosses, champions, 30 new uniques, I think they said. WASD is now in the game, idle crafting in the end game. It launches April 2nd.
And they have been building up this season for a very long time. It's almost going to be like a relaunch of the game, and there has been a lot of buzz around it. Literally, the trailer on YouTube has 1.6 million views. Content creators literally on Twitch have already been
Is that Last Epoch, or is that actually Path of Exile too? I can't tell. Both of them have a lot.
switching over.
Last Epoch, we looked at the graph. Last Epoch kind of looked dead. It was even more dead than Diablo 4, even though I said it's not. But it looked the most dead, right? And that's all that matters. Dude, hype around Last Epoch's resurgence is pretty big, not gonna lie. I think a lot of people really liked Last Epoch. Still, my opinion is that they need to make the... Okay, listen, when you make a new Last Epoch character, the fact that you need to kill a base, you need like 15 trillion minutes to actually finish the first map because your auto-attack damage is so weak, and you do not get level 2 fast enough. It feels like forever to get level 2 in the Last Epoch, okay? That should be faster. I'm literally the first 3 levels, no, the first 4 levels in Last Epoch should be achieved in 5 minutes of gameplay. And the skills need to look better. Again, play Necro, do the blood rip thing. Like, what is happening? Is this a bug? Is this supposed to be a game even? Then do the bony speary things, and it's like, oh, this kind of shit looks shit and horrible. Yeah, it's painful. Okay, Last Epoch, you need to fix a couple of things.
over to Last Epoch to get ready for the new season. And there's been, you know, I think most people would agree, a decent buzz around it.
All right, we just got Path of Exile 2 content update 0.2.0 teaser. And my chat's telling me that they're gonna launch on April 4th? April 4th?
Emotional, damn it!
I would love it if these gaming companies would stop releasing games at least in the same week. At least give me 7 days to blast them. And then I think a lot of people, and I think in some cases the companies, would benefit as well.
Well, that didn't happen because there was some news that dropped when I was out with the wife. And it was funny, I actually saw one content creator reached out and said, "Man, I'm sorry, dude." And that's all, that was like the first thing I read. And I was like, oh no. Like, I knew immediately what the reference was. And
Yeah, they figured out you went somewhere with your wife, which is pretty gay.
then it was just like my phone exploded because of Grinding Gear Games making the decision to drop their big update 020 April 4th.
Why?
By the way, April 4th is 2 days after April 2nd, which is when the Last Epoch drops. And the problem is, yeah, Grinding Gear Games does not require to give a shit. And honestly, from Diablo 4, which is no one literally cares status at this point, versus Last Epoch, which has, I think, like 2K players now or 3K players now on Steam. Their actual best move is still trying to get rid of Last Epoch, because that is their biggest competition, and ironically, even though it has 100 times less players than Diablo 4, most likely, it's still the biggest obstacle you have, because Diablo 4 will never be a good game. There is literally nothing that can be done to make Diablo 4 a good game. Diablo 5 also is going to probably be a shit fiesta at the best case scenario. So, Last Epoch, Grinding Gear Games need to actually get rid of Last Epoch, a game with 1K average players at the end of a season. Because that's their biggest competition. That is insane. That is bizarro world right there.
Why? No. I was hoping you guys were fucking with me. No. Bro, I'm so excited.
Now, probably to be fair, Grinding Gear Games did not target them specifically. They probably did not. Like, 99.9% chance that they did not do this intentionally. They already had figured out when their thing is going to happen. And it kind of makes sense, because you always want to target every 3rd month of the year or every 4th month of the year, so you can split it into 4 or 3 seasons. So that's kind of important, right? So it does make sense that there's overlap.
I'm so upset at the same time. Oh god.
The community is pretty split on this. You see a lot of people are kind of annoyed at TDD for putting it 2 days after Last Epoch. Obviously, some people don't care. A lot of people are only going to play Path of Exile or only going to play Last Epoch.
Actually, literally Sauron with a Hitler body pillow.
So it's kind of whatever for them. Streamers are obviously super annoyed by this.
And then I was just pissed the rest of the day. Literally, I was pissed off the whole day.
Streamers are pissed because that means they're going to get less money. Because every launch of a new season is more views because people are more interested. And now, the greedy streamers are not going to get their monies. That's fine. I don't care.
I was commenting and writing on X.
Like, okay, it puts the streamers in a weird spot, which you might say, okay, who the fuck cares about what streamers are going to say? And I'd say, okay, base G. But then, at the same time, it is a marketing play for either company that have streamers play their games, like, obviously, right? So having all the streamers basically go from Last Epoch to Path of Exile 2 immediately kind of hurts the game also.
The best thing...
Yeah. Also, the fact that it's Path of Exile that goes after Last Epoch is even worse, technically, because Path of Exile is the bigger thing that's going to get the bigger numbers. which means all the streamers are going to be forced to go Path of Exile, even if they are having a good time in Last Epoch, just because that's where the bigger numbers are going to be. That's just reality. If Last Epoch was after Path of Exile 2 days, you can still get some value out of it, because there is I don't actually know how this works. Do you think people are going to come back to Last Epoch after Path of Exile releases? Or, because it's like, okay, I did this thing, it was fresh, I did it for 2 days, then the other thing came out, and do I want to return to the other thing? I think only people who are very, 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 very interested in the Weaver shit are going to be go back to Last Epoch. Because it's too much of a jump. You know, the hype is gone, kinda.
Thing for streamers is if they're all 3 to 4 weeks apart, right? And then you can just, play each game for 3 to 4 weeks, make as much content as possible.
Like, I was hoping I'd get like a week of Last Epoch. Now I get 2 days?
When you have 2 games launching at the same time, what's really realistically going to happen is people will play Last Epoch for like 2 days, and then Path of Exile 2 drops, and then people go to that one. And Zizzer made a really good point on this, which is that you don't really like play a launch and then go back to the launch after playing it like another one. Very typically, like you're gonna play one and then you move on to the other. Are we saying the issue is the community being split? I mean, kinda. Having them launch at the same time makes it difficult for people to be able to enjoy both launches.
Can we declare some kind of ceasefire here? Like when we know another game,
Oh no, it's the however many stages of grief.
Game is about to come at a certain time. Can we not schedule it, like, I don't know, within 2 days of each other or within the same day?
I want to play both. Like, I've been talking about this before. I want to play PoE 1 for a month. I want to play PoE 2 for a month. I want to play Last Epoch for 1 month minus 24 hours so I can make room for Diablo 4 for 24 hours. Then back to PoE 1. That's how I want to play. I want that cycle.
Based.
I want that cycle. A month that, month there, 24 hours in D4, and then back at the cycle again.
I don't. You know what I think is going to happen? A lot of people are going to give up on PoE or PoE 2 because it's the same game. It's a different game, but this is the same game in the sense that it's the same game by the same company. It feels almost the same, even though it doesn't feel the same at all. People are there's going to be a decline in one of these games. I hope it's PoE 1 because I fucking hate Zoomer Fiestas.
And that's what I want.
Honestly, if you go later, even a week later or 2 days or 2 weeks later, you let people get it out of their systems, right? The people that like Last Epoch and PoE 2, if you let it give them 2 weeks, they can get Last Epoch out of their systems. I think you'll have even more people playing PoE 2.
I don't want to get, brutally abused by my sleep. Shit, I will never sleep again. I just have to skip sleeping.
Then people say, well, PoE 2 is way bigger. They don't give a shit about Last Epoch. I mean,
that's exactly right.
Clear with the communication. I know for a fact that 11th Hour Games did inform Grinding Gear Games of their intentions of launch dates before they had announced or decided to launch on the 4th. I know that for a fact.
Holy, that's an actual snipe in that case. But, I mean, it does tell you a lot where PoE is the biggest dog in the space. And then there's Diablo 4, which still probably has, like, every day, like, 50k people playing it minimum, I would probably say. And most of them are bots, I know, true. But who cares? Imagine. You're still going after the average 1k players a day in the Last Epoch because that's your actual real competition because everyone knows Diablo 4 is fucked.
Whether you agree or not, Grinding Gear Games knew 150% Last Epoch's huge Season 2.
Well, maybe Last Epoch is now not going to tell Grinding Gear Games when they're going to release.
That they put more marketing dollars into,
Actually, what Last Epoch should do? They should allow PoE to get their start and then launch a week later than them. A week later would be enough for the PoE hype to die down, but for people to kind of want more of this style of game, so people would go to Last Epoch. That would be the Giga Chad play. And honestly, Last Epoch doesn't have anything at this point. I'm gonna be completely real. Last Epoch has absolutely nothing to lose at this point. Are we stop getting their season delayed by 10 days? Who gives a shit?
Put more time into any content release they've ever had, ever, that they have openly spoke back and forth, knew it was coming April 2nd. They literally announced it in February. So they, you can only derive from that they picked April 4th for a reason. I don't know any other way to look at it. It has nothing to do with PoE 2 being a good or bad game. The studio planted its feet and said, hey, this is a business. We want the community to focus on us, and we're going to bury the little guy.
And that means that it is going to lose a huge chunk of the player base. Probably quite a few people won't even play Last Epoch then, because I might just kind of play it for 2 days and then dip, which will definitely...
I think a lot of people are going to play for 2 days and dip. I wouldn't be worried about that. I wonder how much Last Epoch can actually get on their Season 2 release day. Do you think it's going to get like 50k concurrent players? I think it could. Maybe even more. Worst case scenario, 35. Worst case scenario, 35k concurrent players on Steam. But 50 plus K, I think is reasonable. I think it's very reasonable to estimate that.
Definitely hit them pretty hard for revenue. They are the smaller game. And while they do have a banger of a patch coming out, I do think it's pretty unfortunate timing.
It's all just, to be honest with y'all, it's all just bullshit. It's a video game. Yeah, it's
damn, what do you mean it's a video game? I got a Last Epoch tattoo. I have PoE written on my dick. When you peel back the foreskin there. Well, what do you mean? It's just a game. I killed people because I didn't YouTube. I didn't wink wink. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's how it goes. Yep, you still are in my nightmares. This dude, he's from Last Epoch, by the way. Anyway, that was Frosty LaRue, 10 out of 10. Bye.